Well, hey there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Today's video, well, I'll tell you, had an Indian summer week last week, and I was able to get, like I said, most of those leaves picked up, but I still got some stuff coming down because they got real cold in the last couple of days, and it went from 70-something degrees. Today it is 36 degrees out, and it's even colder this morning when I got up. But wow, what a difference in temperature. And yesterday, of course, was Halloween. So a little trick or treat. And I had them both. I had a trick. Now, some of you guys have asked me, a lot of them actually, have asked me about, at the beginning of my videos, I have that little clip, and I show you the door coming into the studio, and I've got a biometric lock on there. Well, I came in yesterday and I was doing some arranging, and door opened up just fine, and I was doing my stuff, and I closed the door and I went out and did something else, and I came back. I couldn't get back into the studio. I tried, I don't know how many times, for about an hour and a half, and the lock wouldn't open. Well, lo and behold, I figured out that eventually that, the batteries that are in there I put in, because the lock doesn't come with them. It takes 4 AAA batteries to run the mechanism, and they were original batteries from when I installed the lock. So, and the app is supposed to tell you when it gets slow, but it never did. It just kept saying it was all right, but it... Anyway, I located the keys, because it does come with a set of keys, and I couldn't remember what I did with them. They were in my lockbox upstairs. But I found the keys to it and was able to get the lock open, and then I changed the batteries and everything's working fine. So that was my trick from yesterday. The treat, as you can see, it's an empty guitar stand. Everybody that's been watching this channel know what that means, right? Come on, folks, say it with me. You can do it. It is
New Guitar Day.
Yes. New Guitar Day here in the studio. And I'm excited about it because the good folks at Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars, I've been telling you for the last couple of weeks they're coming out with a bunch of new stuff. And I gave you some news about that, about a relic line that they have started. And lo and behold, George got a hold of me and said, Jimmy, can you do a review? Would love to you do it on one of the new relics. And I said, absolutely, George, please. I'd look forward to it. Now, I have mentioned on this channel a number of times, and it's made no mistake about it, I have said I'm not a big fan of relic guitars. Over the years, my thought has been, it's like buying pre-ripped jeans. I'm just not into that kind of thing. If I'm going to buy a new guitar, it should be new. And these are new, but they look old. So, and over time, I've come around a little bit. I picked up the IYV LP over there. That's a relic, and it's a light relic. These are heavy relics, and I know Fender's been doing them since around '95, and they're expensive, and some of them, if it's done right, it looks good. But anyway, George and Firebird Music sent me one, and we're going to show it to you here today. In fact, it came in yesterday, and like I said, the temperature was changing yesterday drastically, and so I never even opened it up until last night, because I let it set most of the day. And then, well, let's take a look at the B-roll, and we'll show you the unboxing of the new Firefly Relic style guitars. This is just one of them. They got a bunch of them. Let's take a look. Hey there, guys. Guess what? It is Halloween, and I got a treat from the good folks at Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars. Let's see what we got here. This video actually won't come out till 1 November, but it is October 31st, and this arrived. So let's take a look at what we got on New Guitar Day here on the channel. Try to remember that time in November when
Firefly Guitars sent me a new package.
David, you sing lovely. Here's David. He's going to do his thing here. Okay. I like how they're putting these in a coffin package these days. Styrofoam coffin. Whoa. What do we got here, folks? New guitar day here in the studio. Let's get to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the opening there. Just a quick opening. I like those, what they're doing now with those coffin cases, those styrofoam coffin cases. Should protect those guitars a lot better than they used to be back in the days of old. And that's the one thing I've really liked about Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars. They listen to the customers, they listen to the fans, they take suggestions very, very well. In fact, this whole line is brand new, and will they continue to do them? I hope they do. Just depends on how sales go, I guess. But I think it's pretty cool. And of course, I'm talking about this guy right here. Yes, it is the new FFST. This is a Strat style heavy relic. I say it's a heavy relic because it is. And most people would consider this a super Strat, and as I do as well. It is a Strat with a humbucker in the bridge position, so HSS configuration. And guys, you know, like I said about relics, really not my bag, but this guitar is changing my mind a bit because this is done, I think, extremely well. I'm not sure of the process of how Firefly is doing this, but it is done very, very well. This is an ash body guitar, so not only is it a heavy relic, it's heavy. The guitar weighs right around 9 pounds. I'll show you the photo up here. So solid ash body. You've got, this is in white. And how they did this, wow. You know, you can feel the poly. Then you can see how they've worn it away. I mean, you've got X's and crosses and the dulling and dullness and dirtness of the pick guard. The chrome is, you know, faded out even on the pickup. The tuning keys are faded as well. You can even see the headstock, how they've done it here and around the headstock. It's very, very cool. This is a ash body, roasted Canadian maple neck. It has got stainless frets on it. They have gone with custom Alnico 5 pickups on this batch. If you turn it around, even the neck, look at the wear on the neck. Now the back of this neck has got a very light satin finish to it, so it's nice and smooth, really, really nicely broken in. I mean, you got your belt mark scratches here. The body itself, you can feel where the poly has been taken off, and you can feel the wood, and it's got like a light sheen on it, a light satin finish on it around where it has been taken down to the wood. Just really, really cool. I think it looks great. I mean, it looks like it's been dragged from your bumper of your car for a couple of days, but, you know, I think they, as far as a relic job, I think they did a really, really nice job on this. It's not a very light kind of relic like this. I mean, in fact, if you want to look at a relic, here's a relic. This is my 54 Les Paul. Now, as you can see on this, it's not nearly as beat looking as this, but, you know, I try to take care of this over the years. But you can see how the neck varnish has been faded away and the things on the back. But this is a true relic from 54. This is a new relic from 2023. Even you got locking tuners back here. The chrome is dulled out, aged. You got a nice cutaway here on the horn, the cutaway on the heel of the neck, the belly cut, the arm cut. Again, an HSS Strat, this particular model. Now, they came out with a bunch of different ones. This is the one that George sent me, which is very, very cool, but there's others. There's almost like a Stevie Ray Vaughan type one, a Sunburst that's been reliced out. I think that is an SSS. I don't believe it has the humbucker in here, but they have this that's not reliced in the actual natural ash finish. They have a non-ash version, which I'm sure will weigh less. Again, pros and cons of ash. It's a beautiful, but it's heavy. In my case, you know, my gigging days from standing up doing a 4-hour show are pretty much gone. I sit around in the studio most of the time. It's not an issue. I think if you were going to have this strapped on as your main guitar for a 4-hour set, you know, might get a little heavy. Maybe you're a younger guy than I am, okay? God bless you. Go out and do your thing. I would not consider 9 pounds to be overly heavy, but it would get, you know, maybe if I wasn't playing it constantly. But sitting in the studio, not an issue. That's the beauty of Strats. You know, they've always been comfortable to play. They're, you know, they've been balanced. Again, wow, really, really nice job I think they did on this. I mean, and if you look at the pictures, and I'll show you some comparison pictures here. If you look at the pictures of this on Guitars Garden, this matches up very, very nicely with the photo that's there. I mean, right down to some of the marks. Everything looked just like the photo. So I'm not quite sure how they're doing this. I would think that they're not doing them by hand. If they are, they get some talented guys over there. I mean, because they've got the spots on here. You know, you get this, like right here, these little 3 finishes left of the poly, the white poly. And if you look at the picture, it shows that. Same up here on this horn. I mean, perhaps it's some type of CNC type stencil that they're using to do this. I mean, I'm not quite sure how that process goes, but thumbs up. They did a very, very nice job on this. Stainless frets, of course, roasted maple neck, ash body, custom El Nico 5 pickups, locking tuners, upgraded Korean hardware on these now with the bridge. This is an HSS Telly, so obviously you've got your string through, you get your trem block back here. Double tone and volume as a Strat would have. This does have a 5-way switch on it. Just very, very cool. Of course, I will give you the up close and personal as we always do, so you can check this out. And I'll show you some pictures from the website and pictures of this, of course, with the up close and personal, so you can match up how well it actually looks as compared to what they're posting as far as pictures go on Guitars Garden. So you can be relatively assured, you know, depending on which guitar that you want to pick up, it's going to look really, really, really close, if not identical, to those pictures that they're showing on there. I really like what they did with this neck. The neck is a compound radius. It's a 9.5 going up to a 14. It feels absolutely wonderful. Again, I'll give you the up close and personal, and then we'll plug this in and get some tone checks. So let's get to it, folks, on New Guitar Day here on the channel. Okay, so here's the up close and personal on the new FFST from Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars. This is their Relic line, and this is their Super Strat, the HSS Super Strat in white and heavy relic. This is your standard tremolo, and it does come with the trem arm. Your two-tone and volume with a 5-way switch there. It is a 3-ply pick guard, and you can see how they aged that and dirtied it up a bit. Same thing with the chrome. Look at the chrome on the humbucker there. They got it dulled out and scratched up a little bit. Same thing with your output jack. Just nicely done. This is a poly finish that's been taken away, and you're down to the wood. And what they did here was they kind of hit it with a light satin finish. You can feel the wood grain, but it is covered. Just a nice job from Firebird and Firefly Guitars. Again, I consider this a heavy relic. It looks like it's been dragged from the back of your bumper for a while. You've got your truss rod adjustment is there on the heel of the neck, and they did send a rod that sticks in there so you can adjust your truss from down at the heel. Solid ash body with a roasted Canadian maple neck, rosewood fretboard, abalone dot markers on the fretboard, stainless frets. Just a wonderful neck on this. Bone nut when you get up here. Then you can see the headstock, how they did this. Your little Mars and what have you. You see how they aged it. And the dull chrome finish on the locking tuner keys. I'm going to turn this around so you can see the back and how they did the back of the neck as well. Locking tuners, you can see this was done in 10/23, September of this year. It's a light satin finish on the back of the neck. It feels really, really good. You can see how they dirtied it, and your cutaway here on your heel. Right down to the belt marks. For all those guys that wore a belt when they were playing. I never did, to avoid that, but you can see. Trim block back here. Just a nice job on the relic on this guitar. The new relic line from Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars, the FFST, this in white. Again, they came out with a bunch of different models. And folks, this is really, really nice job on a guitar that's running at $199 and some change. And I think a $27 shipping fee to the lower 48 states. Unfortunately, not available yet, except here in the U.S. But you're looking at around $226 and some change for a really well-equipped guitar. Again, solid ash body, El Nico 5 pickups, roasted Canadian maple neck, rosewood fretboard, stainless frets, compound radius on the fretboard, by the way. It's 9.5 to 14. Locking tuners, just really, really nice. The new relic line from Firefly Guitars and our good friends at Firebird Music. Okay, hope you enjoyed the up close and personal, and I gave you all the specs that I possibly could on here that I know about anyway. I don't think there's anything outstanding on that. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. We will get a quick tune. Like I said, it's been setting since last night, and we'll get her tuned up. Oh, it's actually holding. Wow. I'm just going to double check, fine tune it, Now what I've done is I've tuned this because, you know, it's a Relic. It's a white Strat. I'm thinking, let's tune it to E flat, and we'll do some old Relic stuff with it, perhaps, you know. Some old Hendrix or something, who knows? If I can remember any of that. But anyway, we'll go to a clean patch first, and I'll try to go through these pickups and give you an idea of how it sounds clean. Now I am tuned to E flat. Now the 5-position switch here, this is up in the neck position, so I'm in the neck single coil here. Position 1 or position 5, depending on which way you're looking at it. Pretty cool. Let's go to 4. Now I've got the tone all the way up, and I'm right about 5.5 on the volume here. So that 4 position or 2 position sounds really, really cool to me. It's got that spank, that Strat quack, I guess you could call it. All right, so now I'm going to go to the 3rd position. We should be in the middle here. Now, 2nd or 4th position, again going down, we should be into the humbucker position here now. Neck feels really, really good. Now this is strung with 10s. They feel like 10s to me. Again, I prefer 9s, but the setup is very, very nice right out of the box. Again, folks, I just took this out of the box. It has not had anything done to it outside of me tuning it. In fact, here's a couple of shots. When I looked at the action set on here, you're looking at around 150 on the bass E side and a 125 maybe on the high E side. So that's very, very nicely done. I haven't done anything. You've got a bone nut on here that's cut very, very well. Locking tuners. Just a very, very cool guitar. I put it's a screw-in type of whammy on here. I have not set the trem block or the springs, but it's holding tune, so that's good. It's a little stiff. Again, I can set that. I have not done that yet. All right, so let's go down to the, all the way to the 1st position, or the 5th, down to the humbucker here. got some nice bite down there. Sounds very, very cool. Again, from the first. To the fifth. Fourth. Very, very cool. Again, that was a clean patch with just a touch of reverb on it through the Monoprice 15 and the Celestion cabinet there. Ooh. Speaking of relics, you got a couple of relics here, myself on the guitar. Let's do some relic tunes. Let me get my wah-wah pedal. I know it's around here someplace. I don't think I had it out in about 20 years. Let me get that real quick, and we'll see if we can do some old Jimmy stuff, okay? Let's try it. I'll be right back. Okay. Speaking of relics, here we go. This is an old, this is the original Crybaby. Now, I went and got a 9-volt battery for this. Again, I haven't had this out in a while, but let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and go in there. And then grab another cord here. The old Crybaby. See if I can remember any of this stuff. It's been a while. But you can't play an old Relic Strat and not do at least a little Jimmy, right? If you can. Something. Let's see what we can do. Put that in there. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Oh, how did that go? Let me think. Hang on. Woo! Yeah, I don't remember all that stuff. Yeah, anyway, I think it sounds pretty damn cool. I think it sounds pretty cool. I'm surprised this is working. I mean, I haven't really used it much, but I haven't used it in over 20 years. So speaking of a relic, there we go right there too. Very cool. The new FFST Relic in white from the good folks at Firefly Guitars. Thank you so much, George, for supplying this for the review and for the fun we had here in the studio today. Again, folks, these are available. They came out about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks now, on guitarsgarden.com. It's www.guitars with an S, garden.com. Check them out there. There's a bunch of different models. They came out with a Relic Telly as well. They've just dropped in the last couple of days some new LPs, some chameleon type of finishes on the LPs. Some really cool ones. Look at I don't know if that Silverburst is still available or not. The Adams Silverburst. I don't know. They're coming out with a 12-string 338 Pro that should be out, and there's some LPs with Floyd Roses on them as well. So check them out at www.guitarsgarden.com. Let me plug this back in for a second. We'll give you a little send-off here. Again, I am tuned to... Wow. I am tuned to E-flat. It's got some pretty nice quacky stuff down here in the... Well, there you go. The new FFST. This is the white Relic model. Check them out on www.guitarsgarden.com. Again, my thanks to George, all the staff at Firefly Guitars. Thank you so much. Folks, we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for the subscribers coming over to the channel. If you're new and if you haven't subscribed yet, hey, come on over to the good side. We would love to have you on board. Until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Be kind to each other. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.